Hi everyone, here's my Module 3 presentation. We were given the 4 questions that we needed to ask before completing our project. Here were just a few of the images when I was imagining what I could have my Bristle Bot do. These are what came to mind. For planning, I needed to figure out how the Bristle Bot worked, what did I want it to do, and different materials that I had that I could work with. So the first thing that I created was the original Bristle Bot that we were given and followed the directions. As I was planning, I had originally planned that I was going to make some sort of bug and the pipe cleaners just weren't working for me. Then I tried making a spirograph, but the cups that I had were too heavy, so it didn't work. So then I had asked some of my summer camp students what they thought we should do, and we tried to make a maze, but every time we made a Lego maze and it hit a wall, it would stop and it wouldn't keep going. So then it left me with my last or final thought, relating it back to the teacups at Walt Disney World. So I made that real life connection there. And I used a pipe cleaner to kind of make the body of my person in the teacup and then a cotton ball. So here's my final product. So to improve my design, I would like to be more creative. I really struggled with this activity because I could not think of really anything to do with my Bristle Bot, and I'm not a creative person, so I was really struggling, and it kind of opened my eyes to how some of my students would probably be feeling if I gave them something that they needed to redesign. It was nice to have some of the resources of other Bristle Bots and things like that, but I did really struggle. I needed to use a hearing aid battery because I found that my battery was either dying or it was too big and it wasn't working right. I needed the Bristle Bot to slow down. When it was on my table, it was spinning really fast. So I used the cupcake container and it slowed itself down. Part of my wire had fallen off because I tried a million different things when I was doing this. So I really used the wire, and with it getting stuck in the double-sided tape, it had fallen off. Then I wrapped my pipe cleaner around the bot, and I could have used some more double-sided tape. For the STEM practices, it definitely hit science and engineering, definitely more engineering than I think anything else. We needed to ask questions, develop models, and carry out investigations. We needed to research so we could recognize the role that technology plays. And then, not that we had to solve a mathematics problem, but we needed to make sense of the problem and then persevere in solving them. And we needed to reason abstractly and quantitatively. Looking at figure 5.1, I kind of graded them very similar. The only thing that I changed was 1 and 2 on my redesign because does the lesson represent a real problem? It could. And then will students relate to the problem? I related to the problem with the teacups and things like that. So overall, I think this was a great activity. It was very challenging for me. So I can't wait to see what everyone else came up with.